What's up guys, my name is Blake Moore, welcome to DoorDash Driver Reacts, and today the video that I'm going to be reacting to is one uploaded by Averlyn Browne. Now I might be butchering her first name, I'm not sure, I'm just going to go with Averlyn. But this is one of the top videos that comes up when you search DoorDash, and it's titled DoorDash Driver, How to Make $1,700 a Week on DoorDash, Tips and Tricks for Beginners. So I'm going to be going through this video, giving you my tips and tricks, and seeing if hers are any good, and if I agree with them, or what tips and tricks I would change about hers. So before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content, and once you do that, we can get started with the video.
Because if you don't let them know, they're going to be like, where's my food at? Like, why is she taking me out long with my food? How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for clicking on this video, you guys. If you're new to my YouTube channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Averlyn Browne. Thank you so much for clicking on this video.
Haha, I got her name right.
And welcome to my channel. I'm not going to talk too much today. As you guys already put the title, we're going to be talking about DoorDash, of course. Recently, I've been doing a lot of DoorDash videos just to like show people what it's like when you're a DoorDash driver, what to expect and all of that. And you guys seem to love those videos. So today I figured, why not do another video where I just talk about how to make more money off of DoorDash. Since I've been doing it for a little while now, I figured out how to make more money and how to make more tips. So I want to share those tips with you guys just so that, just in case you want to make more money, you started doing DoorDash, you're not making the money that you want to make, I'm going to try to help you guys out, because these are some of the things that I've been doing that's been helping me make a lot more money and more tips. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys, and do not forget to like this video. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. I'm talking a little too much. So obviously, if you're new and you do not know what DoorDash is, obviously it's an app where you can deliver food for people and they'll pay you. DoorDash pay you based off of tips. You don't make more money like that. They don't really pay you a lot of money. I feel like nowadays everybody's becoming a DoorDash driver because it's pretty simple. Honestly, in order for you to become a DoorDash driver, you just have to make sure you're 18 years or older. You must have access to a vehicle. It doesn't have to be a car. I think you can have a bicycle. You can do it on a bicycle, which I do not recommend. I'm telling you guys, have a car when you're doing DoorDash. And also you have to have your I think a driver's license.
Okay, first of all, she speaks so fast, like my brain's having a hard time even processing everything that she's just saying to the cameras. But so far, everything she's saying is true. I'm curious as to when we're gonna get into the tips though.
And proof of insurance of your car, obviously. So those are basically like the basic requirements, and they do background checks and all of that. So becoming a DoorDash driver is not really hard, you guys. So the first tip that I want to talk about that's been working for me, that I've been making a lot more money while doing DoorDash, is to start dashing early, you guys. Do not wait till like 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock to start doing DoorDash, because when you wait till those times, that's when it's very busy. There's a lot of dashers out there. You're not making that much money because you have to split those orders with the other dashers that are out there.
That's an interesting tip. Now, in theory, it makes sense to start dashing early, because the earlier you start your day, the later you can go into the day, and the more money you're going to be able to make overall. So I feel like that's kind of a given, but I do disagree with her that if you're dashing earlier in the day, there's less orders, less big orders. You're probably going to be having to accept worse orders than if you were to go during the dinner shift. And maybe since this video, I believe, is over a year old, maybe back then the dinner time wasn't as busy and so was super oversaturated. But what I've noticed is that DoorDash just has so many orders pretty much all the time during the dinner shift that it's still the best time to go out. Dinner shift, you make the most money. That's what I've heard from a lot of you guys, and that's what I've experienced myself. So yes, if you start earlier in the day, in total, you're going to be able to make more money throughout that day, but I think it's definitely going to cut into your dollars per hour that you're making, and also cut into your dollar per mile ratio, because when you do dinner shift, you can get those big orders. You can usually average over $1.50 per mile. So interesting tip from her. I don't necessarily agree with it.
You start doing DoorDash like around 7, 8, 9 in the morning, you get a lot of orders. Every single order, you get those orders because there's not that many dashers out there. And the tips be really high in the morning time because people want their food and they're going to pay you extra just for you to deliver those food.
So I disagree with that as well. Whenever I go out in the morning, first of all, I can never get a shift in the morning. But when I've been a top dasher and I go out in the morning, I don't get that many orders, to be honest. Now, dinner time, no matter what, I always get a shift, and I always constantly get orders. So again, I don't really agree with her on this.
dashing in the morning time. I'm telling you guys, it's very helpful. You get a lot of orders coming at you back to back. If you cannot dash in the morning, then then just dash whenever you can. But I'm just saying, personally, I feel like you do make a lot more money dashing in the morning time because there's not that many drivers out there. There's not a lot of competition. You're getting all those orders and you're getting all the money. My second tip to you guys is number 2. Obviously, be smart about what orders you accept. If you haven't seen any of my DoorDash videos, I'm the type of person to always decline orders. Like, if it's $3 or like less, I'm not taking those orders because there is no reason as to why I should be getting paid $3 to drive 15, 16, 17 minutes away. If DoorDash tell you that they're trying to pay you $3 for an order, it means that most likely the customer did not tip you at all. So that's the base pay that DoorDash is paying you. Decline those orders. Your acceptance rate really does not matter. People be thinking like, oh, my acceptance rate is very low. I have to accept every order. You do not have to accept every order, you guys. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely 100% agree with that. If you guys have watched any of my videos ever, then you know I agree with that 100%.
Rate and your customer rating. Those are like the important things that matter when you're doing DoorDash, but your acceptance rate does not matter at all. That also saves you more time when you decline orders. It's not paying you a lot because you're able to get other orders that are going to pay you a higher amount, and that way you're able to make more money. Be smart about the orders that you do pick. Do not just be accepting every order because you feel like you have to. You do not. Be picky. You're allowed to be picky. It's your car. You're spending money on gas to put in your car, so you can be picky. My third tip for you guys is that if you are gonna accept an order, let's say you're driving, right? Order pop up on the screen and you accept those orders. If you accept the order, please make sure you complete those orders. If you know beforehand that if you don't want the order, do not accept it.
See, I disagree with that tip. She says to complete every order that you accept. No, if you show up to a restaurant and they say it's going to be a 10, 15, 20-minute wait, go ahead and unassign that order. That is not worth it. It's not worth your time to wait there unless the payout is massive, like a $12 or $15 order. Okay, yeah, you can wait 15 minutes for that because it's going to be a great payout. But these $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 orders, don't wait longer than 5 or 10 minutes for them. So I definitely disagree with that. Your completion rate can drop all the way to 80% without you being eligible for deactivation. So just remember that you don't have to complete every order you accept.
They accept it, then you can obviously go back and like not complete the order, but like try not to do that because it's not good. So the customer is most likely to tip you more after you deliver the food if you do complete the order and you're there on time and obviously all of that. So yes, please make sure you complete the order and your acceptance rate will go up. My fourth tip, be on time, you guys. Be on time. If you deliver the customer food on time, you have more time for you to be able to go complete another order. If you take like 30, 40 minutes just to deliver one food, you're not making that much money because you're wasting your entire time on one order. So try to be on time, you guys. Be at the restaurant on time. Deliver the food on time. That way you have enough time for you to go back and complete more deliveries.
So obviously I agree with that. I feel like it's kind of just a given though. Like, isn't that kind of common sense to just like do the orders as quickly as possible, be on time, try and be early, deliver the food on time? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree with the tip, but I feel like it's kind of common sense.
So if when you're on time, customers will tip you more. I get more tips whenever I'm on time. Customer love when their food is on time and it's not late. If your food is late, they're most likely not going to tip you after. You're probably just going to be getting whatever they tipped you at first.
Well, first of all, DoorDash, they really don't allow you to tip after. Even the other day, my wife ordered something. She was just like messing around saying she was going to put a 0 tip just to like tick me off, and then accidentally hit the order to like send it through, and there was no way for her to adjust the tip. It just stayed at no tip. So DoorDash really doesn't allow the customers to adjust the tip afterwards. So unless they're going to be paying you a cash tip, I don't really know what she's talking about, that if you're nice to them, you're delivering it on time, that they're going to tip you more. Now with Uber Eats, that's a thing. With DoorDash, not so much.
Tip you at all. Whatever money you got at first, that's what you're going to be getting. But try to be on time, you guys. It's very, very important. My other tip to you guys is most likely have your phone on you at all times, okay? I've had this, especially me as a female, like it's very scary when you're doing DoorDash because when I first started, I used to do DoorDash in the nighttime and I got really scared. Like I would always like want to be on the phone with somebody, like my friends or my boyfriend, or like I always want somebody to be on the phone with me because I used to be so nervous, like going
It honestly looks like she's nervous right now. She's constantly playing with stuff. Just something I noticed.
Places that I'm like, especially in Philadelphia. Like Philadelphia is where I used to dash. Like it's very scary being in a city and like not knowing like who you're delivering food for or who's gonna be around at all times. Even if you're just leaving your car to go outside to go deliver the food, take your phone with you guys, because you never know what's gonna happen, who's gonna try to do something, or you're gonna have to call the cops or whatever. For your own safety, keep your phone on you at all times. Especially with DoorDash, you never know where they're gonna be sending you or where you're gonna have to go deliver food at. I've had multiple customers get mad at me because McDonald's or the restaurant, any type of restaurant for that matter, messed up their order. Like, that's not my fault that they messed up your order. I can't physically go in your bag unless you want me to put my fingers in your food. I can't do that. So if they do mess it up, I don't know if they messed it up or not. The only time I'll probably know they messed it up is if they forget to give me a drink and I know there's a drink on there, or if there's a smoothie or anything like that. But if it's food inside the bag that is sealed, I can't look in there. So don't be getting mad at me when your food is not in there. In order for you to like avoid stuff like that, get extra stuff, okay? Because sometimes I know.
So for that tip, keep your phone on you at all times. I feel like that's kind of another common sense one. And if you're going to be dashing late at night, yeah, I would suggest to go with someone or to just be aware, because it does get a little bit sketchy. I used to go do the really late night shift, like midnight to 3 in the morning, and there was some creepy stuff that happened. But like, again, I don't know how any of this is making you $1,700 a week. Like, this is all just kind of how to DoorDash. It's not really telling me how to make the most profit DoorDashing or how to even make the most money DoorDashing. No hate against her. This is just my raw reaction to the video. I mean, it has a lot of views, so obviously people are clicking on it and watching it, but me personally, so far, not so good.
Restaurants they don't give you everything, okay? Sometimes they've forgotten straws, they've forgotten sauces, they've forgotten multiple things. So make sure you ask for those things. So don't assume that it's in the bag or that they gave it to you, because majority of the time they did not give it to you. You don't want to hear their mouth. You don't want them to be mad. You don't want them to complain. You don't want them to give you a bad rating, okay? You want them to give you a really, really good rating. So make sure you have like extra stuff in your car. But the customer's happy, you know? They're able to tip you more and stuff like that. I don't even know.
Okay, I'm just so confused. Like, she keeps on explaining things to just help the customer out and like help your ratings out, but none of that is actually going to help you make more money. $1,700 a week is hard to get, especially if you're a new dasher, and this says tips and tricks for beginners. I'm really not hearing a lot of stuff that would have helped me out my first month or so as a DoorDash driver. Like, these are all things that are just going to help my customer rating, which doesn't help out your pay in any way. She keeps saying that people can add tips. When has that ever happened? Unless she's talking about the hidden tips, and then she's probably unaware that that tip has already been paid and is DoorDash hiding them, which makes it appear as though the customer raised the tip. I don't know if that's what she's thinking. Maybe like 0.1% ever have raised a tip on DoorDash. I don't know even if it's possible, really. I've tried to do it. I think you have to contact support in order to do it. So a lot of these tips are just like how to up your ratings, really. And in the long run, that's not going to help you make any more money than if your ratings were pretty average or even below average. So
tip I'm on right now, you guys, honestly, I've lost count. But another thing that I noticed about DoorDash is that going back to you having your phone on you at all times, I know I'm not the only one. I've had multiple orders before on the on the app. Sometimes the GPS will send me to the wrong address. I don't know if that's just me. If that happens to you, let me know in the comment section below. So, like, the only good thing about the Dasher app is that you're able to directly contact the customer, because sometimes the wrong address do be in there, and it will send you to the wrong address. That's why I always say keep your phone on you at all times, because just in case stuff like that happens, call the customer and let them know, like, hey, like, I don't think I'm in the right area. What's up? Like, what's your actual address? And get the information from them. Also, another way for you to make more money during the...
Okay, so with that, I feel like that was a problem earlier in the Dasher app stages. I have not had that problem in a very long time, but I guess my revised tip that she gave, so the tip that she gave was to, I guess, keep your phone on you and contact the customer if you have the wrong address. My whole thing would be to put it in yourself, put the address in Maps yourself. That usually helps avoid that situation, but I really haven't run into that problem in a very long time. So again, I don't really know how that's helping you make more money, because you're not going to know the address is wrong until you get there, and then you're already screwed. So it's like, I don't know.
Is stacking your orders. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically, you know how like if you're a dasher, if you know nothing about it, but basically if you go to a restaurant, right? Let's say you accepted an order to go to McDonald's. I've been using McDonald's a lot, but whatever. Let's say you accept the order to go to McDonald's. This is for only one person. You go to McDonald's. If you're already at that McDonald's and somebody else ordered from that McDonald's and DoorDash send you that order, accept that order, because if you think about it, you don't have to drive to go to another restaurant. You're already at the McDonald's. Accept the orders, stack up the orders, and then because once you accept those orders, you can then just go directly from McDonald's and go deliver those orders. You're not going to another restaurant, go pick up another order. It's easier for you. So just try to stack up your orders. If that do happen, stacking up your orders save you time and you make more money doing that.
So with that, she's making it seem like you can stack your own orders. Just like, oh, there's orders available, let me just stack these. No, like that's really completely out of your control. Like you have no say in if DoorDash is going to send you a stack order. So I don't really know how that's a tip for dashers, to be honest. Like I feel like I'm bagging on her a lot, but I just really don't think these tips are that good for beginner dashers. Anyway, when it comes to stack orders, don't just accept every stack order ever. No, be extremely selective with stack orders, because a lot of the times you're going to end up waiting a long time for that additional order that they're sending you. So just be really picky with stack orders, and make sure you look at the dollars, the mileage, and then when you accept it, ask the restaurant workers how long it's going to be. They say 15 minutes, go ahead and unassign that bad boy, because you don't need to be waiting for that order for that long. You could just go drop off the other one and then get probably a better order after you drop that one off. So just be aware of stack orders.
Does that make sense? I hope it does. The one thing that I know that's helped me like get better tips and help me get good ratings is
I can't understand why she keeps saying that stuff that she does helps her get better tips. Like, I feel like she's almost just like blatantly lying to people, the 124,000 people that have watched this video. Like, you don't control your tips on DoorDash. It's just not how it works. Now, occasionally you can get a good cash tip if your service is really good, but nowadays you don't even come in contact with the customer, because it's all just dropping it off on their doorstep. Now, before, you used to have to ring the doorbell, wait for the people, and then you would actually hand them their order. But like this tip, I don't know where she's getting it from, that you can control your tips. It's not like you're a waiter at a restaurant or something where your customer service actually matters. Like, as a DoorDash driver, really doesn't matter that much. So I don't know where she's getting that from.
if I know that I'm stuck in a drive-through, like if a customer ordered their food, and sometimes like Wendy's, like in the area that I was at, Wendy's drive-through, like you be in the drive-through for almost an hour waiting for one order. The drive-through be so long. And
why are you ever waiting for an hour in a drive-through? Just unassign the order and drive away, especially Wendy's. First of all, why are you even accepting an order from Wendy's unless the payout is massive and then you show up and the order's ready? That's the only way you should take a Wendy's order. Otherwise, Wendy's suck. Their drive-through is probably the all-time slowest drive-through in America. So just try and steer clear of Wendy's orders. I don't know why she's waiting for an hour in a drive-through for an order. It's just beyond me.
lines move very slow, and you cannot go inside to go pick up the order as a dasher. You have to wait in the drive-through just like everybody else before you can pick up the order. Like, because if you don't let them...
Hold up. What is she even saying? Like, maybe this video is just too old, but as far as I know, I've been dashing for over 3 years now, and as far as I've experienced, you've always been able to go into the restaurant and they have a pickup station for you, or you just tell the front worker that you're DoorDash and they have the order. Like, I don't know why she's saying you have to go through the drive-thru. In fact, on the DoorDash app, a lot of the times it advises you to not go through the drive-thru. So I don't know where she's getting this information from.
They're gonna be like, where's my food at? Like, why is she taking that long with my food? So I always make sure I text them and let them know, like, hey, the drive-thru is very long right now. It's not my fault. I can't do nothing about it. Most of the time when I text them that, they be like, oh, okay, it's fine, or whatnot. Like, okay, like, they'll understand. Because if you don't communicate with them, they're just gonna think like, oh, you really don't care, you're taking your own time, and they most likely will not tip you good money. So communicate with them. Yeah, sometimes customers can be very...
Bro, again, with the freaking tips. You don't control your tips. The tip is put in there. They can't lower it. They can't raise it. So,
patient. My next tip to you is don't get smart. Don't curse them out, because you will get customers that are very rude and disrespectful.
Bro, why does it matter? Like, the only thing that's going to happen is if you cuss to customers, that if DoorDash sees those messages and the customer reports you, you can get deactivated. But it's not going to help you make more money. This video is literally titled, How to Make $1,700 per week. That is extremely hard to do in any DoorDash market. You have to work a lot of hours. And so none of these tips are helping me or anyone make $1,700 per week. I'm just honestly disappointed in this video. Anyway, we got 2.5 more minutes. I guess we'll just hurry and finish it up.
And sometimes it's not even your fault. You're not on time. It's the restaurant's fault, but they will take it out on you because you're the dasher. So my next step to you is don't take it out on them, okay? If you know they're yelling, they're doing all this extra stuff, just don't let that get to you. Just apologize and get your money, deliver the food, get your money, and keep it pushing, okay? Don't sit there and have a whole argument with them. Don't curse them out. Don't do none of that, because they will report you and they will give you a bad rating, and you don't want none of that. Another way that I found that you can make more money doing DoorDash is like, always check. Like, if you know the weather is gonna be bad, or like, because I know that's when DoorDash is always doing promos. Like, whenever it's like snowing.
Okay, so an actual tip to help you make more money. But again, that's not necessarily going to help you make $1,700 per week, because usually when there's peak pay, there's more dashers on the road and you end up making the exact same amount that you'd make without peak pay. So, I mean, I guess that's a better tip than our other ones, but still not really helping me make $1,700 a week.
It's raining, or like days that not a lot of people want to dash. That's when they will offer to pay you more money. Like they'll offer to pay you like an extra $5, $6, or $7. Or like if it's like a holiday,
$5, $6, or $7. Where is that peak pay? Because I would love to see that in my area. The most I've ever seen is $5, and a lot of the times the most is just $3. $5 is like the most rare peak pay ever. I've seen it like 1 or 2 times in over 3.5 years. So I don't know where she's dashing, where she's getting $7 peak pay, but that's crazy.
Like Valentine's Day, or if it's like Thanksgiving, like any of those days, like any type of holiday for that matter, they will pay you a lot. You can make a lot of money on those days. So like, if you're one of those people who don't care about working on any type of holiday for that matter, or like you just have nothing to do, take advantage of those, you guys. If it's just pouring a little bit of rain, DoorDash offering to pay extra $5 just to deliver food, go ahead and take it. Why not? Why not take it and make that extra money, That's another way for you guys to make extra money, you guys. Always watch out for the promos that DoorDash is offering. And sometimes it doesn't only have to be like crazy days, like when it's raining or snowing. Sometimes they'll just do it like randomly. Like it can...
Well, it's not randomly. It's when it's busy. So...
type of day. It could be a nice day that could still like have promos and stuff in your area. My last tip for you guys is obviously the most important one. Take care of yourself, you guys. Take care of yourself. Not because like I understand you're trying to please the...
Okay, I'm done with this video. I could not take it. The last tip, she says the most important tip to make $1,700 a week door dashing is to take care of yourself. Now, I can somewhat agree with that because you're going to be working a lot of hours if you're making that much money. And so it is important to make sure you're eating, make sure you're staying hydrated, and to stretch and to get a good night's rest because you don't want to be driving drowsy. All that stuff is very important. But there was absolutely no strategy, no tip that helped anyone make more money, in my opinion. So no hate towards her. Those were her tips. Maybe that's what she does and somehow she makes $1,700 a week. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm like bagging on her. Just the video and the tips within the video, I personally disagree with pretty much every single one of them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my extra tips on how to actually make $1,700 a week. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. As you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world. And I'll see you guys next time.